Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Game 6 Eve of the Knights and San Jose Sharks from the T-Mobile Arena. I am Aaron Phillips. That is Neal Portnoy, fresh of a 5-day getaway up to Colorado to be with his son, and Dorothy was with them, and a little getaway, do a little business up there. Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm tired. I'm on a different time zone again. I'm an hour behind where I used to be yesterday. But, I was really there for business.
Now, are they an hour ahead or behind? I know we talked about this last time.
They are an hour ahead of us.
Okay, so they don't change the clocks, or they did, but I hate that.
They smoke a lot of weed, so they could be like 3 or 4 hours.
That's very true. Yes,
all the time.
Absolutely. So, go ahead. You were saying, sir.
Great time. I was there for Saint-Gobain Norton Company at the Fastenal National International Trade Show. Very large at the Gaylord Convention Center in Denver, actually in Aurora, Colorado. I don't know where the hell.
If you were in California, then we're really off base on your trip.
Yeah, but it was a lot of fun. Got to do my thing and draw people and entertain at the booth. And then the bonus was my son lives in Boulder, Colorado, so I hadn't seen him in a while. Dorothy and I spent a great deal of time with him. Went to the Rockies baseball game and just had a wonderful week. And you know what? I came in this morning. I am totally refreshed. I'm ready to go.
I'll tell you, I noticed it right away when I came in. I noticed that your energy level was just so different today than it was last week, because I know you were tired and busy, and we had a very busy start to the year. And I could see as soon as I walked in, you were like beaming like the sunshine.
Yeah. Hey, do me a favor, because I'm illiterate when it comes to this thing in my hand.
Okay.
My phone. Could you?
I'm glad you clarified that.
I did. Can you share and do what I need to do there?
Oh, okay.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, you've been able to do it every other week. We've done this.
I'm on a different time
zone. Well, first of all, you're on the wrong page. You got to go to the Aaron Phillips page, not the Twin Brothers page.
Oh, see.
That's why I put it out there, because I have a lot of fans and connections out there.
All right.
As we continue to build our Twin Brothers Facebook page, which while he's doing that, go to our Facebook page, Twin Brothers from Different Mothers. Please like us and share us with your friends and family. We'd appreciate it. And those of you watching already on the video, please reshare the link. Do not allow it to just sit on your newsfeed. If you reshare it, that increases what we like to call the spider effect, and more people will tune in from all over, so that this way they know what's going on your list. We appreciate it. Welcome, everybody, for watching. Amanda Box, good to see you out there. Sherry Scott, Paul Moreau. Oh, there's a name from the past. Paul, you are live out there. Tony's out there. Oh, and this guy, Neal Portnoy, just joined. You just joined. Yes, you did. Mark Weinberger's out there. Man, people are piling in, and we thank you. By the way, before we forget, let us wish everybody a happy Passover and a happy Easter. This weekend, everything is kicking off. Day one, I know you were busy traveling. You didn't really partake in a Seder last night, did you?
No,
you did last week.
Last week, Diane Davis, a very good friend of ours, who is now in Hong Kong, or I don't know where the hell she is. She's taking bad selfies wherever she is. but she did a wonderful Seder of 40-plus people at her home, and I get to read Hebrew again, which they were all amazed at. Not only could I still recite Hebrew, right, but I could read it as they were going, which really shocked the hell out of me. and my wife looked at me like, I didn't know you could do that.
Right on.
I didn't either.
There you go. See, but it's like riding a bicycle.
Yeah.
Once you fall off, you get right back on and comes back.
I'm going to get bar mitzvah next week again.
Are you?
Yeah.
A lot of people do that.
Well, people get married all the time. Wait a minute. Let's not go
careful. Well, the thing with bar mitzvahs, and guys who are bar mitzvah later on in life, when they reach certain milestones in age, they actually do get bar mitzvah again.
Do you know when?
I wouldn't do it again.
Do you know when they always say next time in Israel?
In Israel, right? In Jerusalem.
In Jerusalem. Right? I was watching a program on TV, and I finally got to know what that meant. I forgot sense, but maybe you can refresh my memory. But they explained what that actually meant.
Well, the way I perceive it, because we were with Shoshan and Ziv OL last night for their Seder. Correct. It was a small group of us, and I had the honor of leading the Seder for them.
Okay,
look all that up, and you'll figure it all out later. Anyway, to me, it just means, as people know, Israel is considered the homeland of the Jewish folk, and I think it's just a wish that we put out there to be part of the homeland.
Well, they were talking about the special river where walking up the steps to the temple.
Okay.
And on the bottom, there was a river where the Jews would cleanse themselves. And they talked about that meaning next time in Israel. That's what it meant.
Okay. Oh, all right. So you taught me something today that I didn't know.
Yeah.
There you go.
Look it up.
I dig it.
Agno, page 37.
So yeah. So tonight, I'm going to be with my dad. We're going to actually all head over the Rampart for Passover in their buffet area.
They have a Jewish Passover?
They have tables all lined up with tablecloths and special kosher for Passover area.
That?
No services, no Seder or anything like that. But it is.
Time out. The skinny guy just walked in.
The skinny guy. I'm already sitting here.
No, not you. The other skinny guy.
Barry Waxberg, our dear friend,
Wow.
and his wife Diana are here visiting us at the gallery. And
looking good, my friend.
come on around. Let him see it. Just sneak on in there. I'm going to turn your mic on hot before we bring up our guest. Say hello to everybody out there, Slim.
Hello, everybody.
Actually, I had Barry and Diana on when I was doing my show over on K-Shop. Right at the beginning of his journey, we were talking about his health.
How many pounds did you lost?
Yeah, put the mic in front of you.
65 pounds. I'm down to 220. I started off at
Jesus Christ, I'm going to be the heavy guy in the set here pretty soon. I got to go and get.
He's only 7 pounds heavier than me right now.
I'm going to get elastic surgery, elastic band, not the
elastic band. So
yeah.
what? So you can be shot all over the room? What?
I haven't been shot over the room in years.
Oh yeah, well that's true. We are the original crew of Blue Man Group. If you think about that for a second, with our heads. See, so if I took my hat off, everybody knows, or they can just look at the banner behind us. Barry would fit right in.
We keep the shine to a maximum.
Keep that right in front of you, dude.
We keep the shine to the maximum.
There you go. So we just buff and go. So you started at 280 something,
287.
and what day did you have surgery?
January 9th.
So we're talking a little over just 3 months. And you are, again, give it all? You're how
220.
So
How do you feel? Seriously, how do you feel?
With my hands.
Well,
right on. Give it right back to him.
I do the comedy
Right.
here at the Twin Brothers show, by the way, FYI.
I will tell you that I have no more diabetes.
Right on.
Unbelievable.
I have no more high blood pressure.
Right on.
And no CBD oil to do any of that.
No. And I have no more clothes because they all fall down now. It's like
Although I do provide him hand-me-ups.
he does. This is my younger.
He has to have everything shortened.
That is
That's
true.
Yeah.
Well, ask me why they're hand-me-ups.
Why are they hand me up?
Because he's older than me, so I hand him up to somebody who's older than me. You know, like usually I hand him down to the.
Is that a Jewish tradition that I missed or what?
No, it's just something we started when I started giving him my clothes. I started falling off my hips.
Oh.
I gave him 3 pair of jeans last week in 36 and 38 waist, which he's not down to yet.
Yeah.
But yes, the length of my jeans are 34s. I was telling Diana last night, who's sitting here in the gallery with us, she can make like short shorts for herself with all the denim that's going to be left over from the jeans.
Make pocketbooks and stuff like that. Or for the hot dogs that he has, the 2 hot dogs, you know, you can make outfits for them because that's what we used to do with our dog. Denim outfits for the dogs.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you make anything out of those pants, I'll autograph them since I'm a Hall of Famer. That and $5 will get you coffee in Starbucks. You know what I'm saying? So. All right, so thank you, Ivy. Happy Passover. Thank you. We appreciate it. Okay, so where are you at right now? So you're at 220.
220.
And you're following the program.
Correct.
And you're eating until you start throwing up, right?
Yes.
He's still learning how to manage all of that. You look like you got a babushka on your head right now.
I got a babushka on. I look ridiculous. I just saw myself.
That looks like a diaper on your head.
Yes,
But if you unfurl the whole thing, perhaps people will appreciate it.
I'm going to do this like they do in soccer matches.
Oh, there you go.
Like something like I don't know.
Oh, can you drape it like a talus?
Yeah, I'm going to do a talus.
There you go.
Right?
No, Gavolt.
That's Navajo talus.
That's anyway. We'll get to that. That is a hoodie flag that Noel also produces and makes, and we'll get to that when we have him up here.
Yeah.
All right. So listen. We talk about you all the time on the show. Barry and Diana both are usually in the chat room, but he's stopping down today, and with Diana, they wanted to see the show. They want to see the gallery, and then we're going to be spending the rest of the day together.
And I'm going to interrupt you.
Passover.
Okay.
I have to
Ivy.
thank this guy because every step of the surgery, he was there. I couldn't get rid of him. He was there before I went into surgery.
I'll teach you how to do that. Just restrict it to Saturday mornings.
Surgery? No. Him and Eileen were at the hospital, and with my luck, a week and a half later, I was back in the hospital.
Yeah,
with kidney
I was
stone
following
surgery.
the journey, so to speak, all the
It
stories.
was not a
yeah.
good journey, you know.
But you look great. You
I feel
sound
great.
great.
I feel, yeah.
The best is ahead of you.
That's true.
Mazel tov.
Thank you.
It's great.
Gay goes into hay, as they say in Yiddish.
Because
Go in good
Glick,
health.
I'm Mr. Glick. Thank you.
You're Mr. Glick?
Mr. Unglick.
Unglick. Gotcha. All right, go sit with your wife.
All
Thank
right.
you for stopping in and stopping by as always. We appreciate you. Barry Waxberg. By the way, he works for, what's the name of your jewelry store again?
Morgan Jewelry.
Morgan Jewelers down in the,
Jewelers.
Morgan Jewelers down at the, why am I blanking on the name of the mall? Meadows Mall. There you go. Second floor, right outside Sears. So go see Barry. Tell him Aaron sent you, and he'll double the price for sure. Don't worry about it.
All right.
He'll take care of you. All
Hey,
right.
what's next on our list?
Couple more quick items,
I
then
wanna
we'll,
get
then we'll
Noel
bring
up.
Noel up. Hi, Diane. Good to see you out there. Sorry we're missing you here in the gallery. Hope you're feeling well. Okay. Terrible news this past week from Paris. Everybody knows that the Notre Dame Cathedral was on fire last week, and they're still not sure how it happened, right?
No, they have no idea.
Well, it's interesting. I saw this
Workers,
morning.
they said maybe workers that were
Well,
working
during
on the building.
restoration, yeah. And that building was primarily wood. So any spark or anything could have caused the damage. But here's what I found interesting. Along with Disney, they have pledges up to $1 billion to help rebuild this thing. $1 billion worth of
Well,
pledges.
from two very wealthy French guys. They must be chefs, right?
Could be. Well, Disney's in the mix also, so to speak.
But a lot of money to restore. And the general structure of the building of the church stayed intact, which is wonderful. I guess just a steeple area. But they've been talking to Donald Trump because he's got a construction firm that would cost a lot of money to maybe make it in gold. I don't know.
Anyway, so the cathedral is going to be one. I'm like you said. I mean, first of all, the majority of that structure was wood, so I'm sure they would, and they were doing restoration. They were scaffolding at the building and everything.
Correct.
So I got to imagine it was. I don't want to say negligence on a worker, but something had to have happened with something that was going on. It just doesn't spark like that. But $1 billion in pledges is pretty healthy. Passing note, a comedian, a straight comedian from the Mary Tyler Moore Show, if you remember, Georgia Engel, she passed away this week. She was one funny lady in a very subtle way.
How old was she?
She was, I just read, late 70s, I want to say. I don't think,
Still young because
absolutely.
we're approaching that.
Yeah. Well, he's getting there closer than you and I are.
Yeah, well, that's why we hand me up stuff to him.
That's correct. Last but not, I saw this morning. I shared it very quickly. I don't know if you saw it, but there's talks. Picture this, if you will. Everybody knows All in the Family, the original, right?
Sure.
Archie Bunker.
Would never survive in today's TV
No,
climate.
not even close. But picture Woody Harrelson playing Archie Bunker.
Perfect.
Picture Jamie Foxx in the lead of The Jeffersons.
I don't know. You have to lose weight, and the other way, put weight
And you'd
on.
have to get shorter.
Yeah.
There's talk that there's a one-time revival opportunity for both of these shows to be redone by CBS. One-time episode with these individuals possibly portraying these lead characters in the show.
Wouldn't you love to see that on Broadway? All in the Family on Broadway. The Jeffersons on Broadway. I think that would be great, even a musical.
Jeffersons on Broadway?
Yeah.
They should do it together because everybody or people may not remember that the Jeffersons was actually a spinoff of All in the Family.
Hey, a quick shout out to Paula Maggio. Paula,
Yes.
She's such a sweetheart. We love her. She gave Dorothy and I a ride to the airport, picked us up last night when we returned. She's just always there for you.
She is. By the way, Paula Maggio, who we're talking about, you may recognize her name, Barry, from the chat room. She is congratulating you on a good job, and I wish I could see it all.
She's a sweetheart, people.
Oh, and for me bringing you on to talk about your journey. So thank you, Paula. We appreciate that. Yeah. So those shows will be interesting because the topics now, actually, I think, and someone brought this up on the feed when I reshared it, the time that these shows were in play, there wasn't so much obvious racism. We knew it was there. We knew there was the separation in classes and all that other stuff and honky talk and all this other stuff. We have that issue today, I think, much more multiplied. Imagine those shows if Archie Bunker was to debut now the way that it did then.
Couldn't do it.
Couldn't do it.
Couldn't do it. I mean, social media has changed everything. The internet has changed everything. The news industry, look at all the newspapers that are out of business now because we get our news so quickly. You know, who wants to read about old news?
Right. No, absolutely. I don't even read the news. I don't read the newspaper anymore. Nothing, because it's instantaneous. And I'll share this one little side note. Then we'll bring our guest up. I was watching. I'm into Batman. Obviously, I mean, I've got my belt on.
The
I've got
headphones of Batman.
my headset's back. Well, everything Knights today. Golden Knights, Dark Knights, because I'm supporting our Knights here. So everything. I even have my my knight's ring that I purchased, nice silver ring last year. So I was watching the IFC channel, and I don't know if it's common on the cable networks, but I have
the IFC channel.
Okay, you have it too. So Friday nights, they've been running a marathon of the old Batman TV show with Adam West and Burt Ward.
And you don't move from your chair.
No, I TiVo them. I DVR them.
You do what?
I DVR them.
What was the word before that?
TiVo was the first name.
Oh, TiVo.
TiVo, T-I-V-O.
Did he play
That
Florida
was-
State?
Yes, and he was quarterback for the Broncos
Yeah.
too. And took a rash of stuff for kneeling on the field that nobody bothered to pay attention to until Colin Kaepernick did it. But anyway, that's a whole nother story for another show.
I wasn't going to go that way.
But I was watching I was watching the 5 that had recorded, and there was an episode where the Joker and the Penguin, played by Cesar Romero and Burgess Meredith, respectively, Rob Reiner, Meathead, was a flunky for the Penguin in this episode.
Oh, really?
I'm like, man, that looks. Rob Reiner, Meathead, was a villain in a Batman show from the mid-60s.
Boy, his career went straight up from
Yeah,
there.
exactly. He went way up. His career took off from there. But I just thought it was interesting because I had to look twice. I had to rewind it and go back and take a look at it and say, is that who? Yeah, because he had this. You could always tell Rob Reiner. He has a hunch over shoulders when he walks, and of course he's the son of the great Carl Reiner, who was part of a great. I'm totally digressing here, but him and Mel Brooks had a great act. The 1,000-Year-Old Man or whatever it was as well.
How come your phones get all of these things that have been added? And I'm looking at my phone, and on the computer screen, it's different.
I don't know because I reshare. I'm doing a watch party. I'm getting everybody's who's joining.
That's why.
So I'm seeing something different. That's why I'm squinting at my laptop because I can't see everybody's response.
Oh.
Anyway, what do you say we bring up our guest?
Yes.
All right. You met this gentleman a couple of weeks ago. He was on talking about a social media platform called Pre-Built Marketing. We kind of just barely touched on some of the other things that he does. But now we're going to focus on a great event that's coming into town next week called the Foodie Fest. And this is the president and managing partner of the Foodie Fest, along with Hoodie Flags, which we'll talk about. A good friend, Mr. Noel Casimiro. Come on up, Noel. Come on up and join us. Yeah, right on. 2 people can sound like 2,000. How great is that?
Love
Huh?
it. I
We
love
love
it.
our studio audience. Let me turn the mic on. It is hot. Say good morning.
How's it going, everybody? Thanks for having me, guys.
Right on.
Appreciate
Thank you
it.
so much for coming back. And you have your groupies are out in the front lobby. You have your 2 sons with you if you want to give them a shout out.
He promised me he'd bring some gel for me.
Some
He
gel?
He used it all.
Oh, that's
again
right.
on
That's
himself
right.
Today.
I forgot. We did talk about that last time. We did talk about that last time. Why don't you give a shout out to your sons that are sitting out in the front?
A quick shout out to Mike and Christian out there in the lobby.
Hey,
What's up, Mike?
Mike and Christian, come on in the room.
We don't bite,
Mike,
least-
Christian.
at least not on Saturdays. They had their headsets in. One of them had earplugs in. There, come on around. Come on, guys. Come on in behind your dad. Let him introduce you to everybody. Just watch the cords on this side and say hello to everybody. There we go. Here they come.
This
Here they
is
come. Hey,
Micah,
look.
and this is Christian right over here.
Hi, guys.
Say hi, guys. You're on TV.
You want to shake my hands? All right, I'm all done. Let go. Anytime you're ready. Just,
He's got to tighten that up. That's really loose.
I mean, let go. I'm all done. No, really. No, anytime you're ready, just, why are you smiling so much? I know, look at that smile.
He's trying to hold it in. You notice that? He's trying to hold it in. So, guys, so what did it take for you guys? What did Dad have to bribe you with to come down here today with him? Did he have to bribe you with anything?
Video games. We can play all the video games we want, right? That what he said?
We stopped by 7-Eleven, let them get snacks. And
Oh, there you go. I did see one of them come in with the frozen drink, so I did notice that. Well, guys, thanks for coming in and being with Dad. Anything you want to say to your fans out there?
Wave at everybody.
Wave
Let
at
them know you're there.
everybody. Slide.
There
Yeah, there
you
you
go.
All right, you're dismissed. Go back to your
Thanks,
games. All right, there you go. See, we're a family-oriented show here. We love people coming down to the gallery, being part of it, and when you come down to visit, you just never know. You may get thrown on the show.
That's
for
right,
sure.
correct.
We're an equal opportunity, not offender. That's not where opportunity.
Offender.
Provider.
There you go, provider. I like that better. Okay, so let's talk about Foodie Fest. That is next weekend, right? Middle of next week through the weekend. Is that correct?
Yes, so the Great American Foodie Fest is coming up April 25th or 28th at Sunset Station.
Right on. Now, how many years has the Foodie Fest been going on here in town?
It's been going on for 7 years, but we do it twice a year. So we're going on. This is actually our 15th event here in Las Vegas.
Oh,
Now,
wow.
When you say Foodie Fest, are there booths?
Get into the mic.
Are there booths
There we
for people to exhibit where they're related to the industry? What is Foodie Fest? Tell us what Foodie Fest is.
Okay, so the idea came out of me and my business partners watching TV. We're foodies. We love food. We love trying new things, fusion, all kinds of different things. But watching TV all the time and seeing all these amazing, food trucks and street food vendors and restaurants on Food Network, Cooking Channel, Travel Channel, we're like, oh wow, I'd love to try that. But that's in New York. Oh, we'd love to try that, but that's in South Carolina, but that's in Michigan. And so we thought, how awesome would it be if we would be able to bring all the best eats on TV to one local destination. And so that's exactly what we did. So in a nutshell, the Great American Foodie Fest is a compilation of some of the best food trucks, restaurants, street food vendors, not just locally, but from all over the country that have been featured on the Food Network, the cooking channel, as well as a travel channel. Now, we also bring along some other family attractions. We have 2 stages. We have carnival rides. We have arts and craft vendors. It's just an amazing, fun-filled event for families.
Now,
Do you need MCs, by the way, for that stage stuff? If you need MCs for that stage stuff, you got 2 sitting right here in front of you.
the other thing I was going to bring up is this in the ballroom at the hotel, at the casino, so to speak, or where is, when people walk in, where do they need to go?
Okay, so it's outside the front because it's such a huge scaled event. It's such a big event. We have full-on carnival rides that has to be outdoors, so it's in a Sunset parking lot.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I was going to say all those trucks, they're not going to get them inside unless they bring samples in, and I think people have to experience the truck experience going up to it.
I thought they could
Correct.
experience the ceiling going on the rides. Oh, look out! Duck and all that type of stuff. I'm trying to think outside the box. That's what I do here.
Send your comments to Neal at.
Yeah.
Little interesting story, and I think I shared this with our audience when Noel was on the first time. When I was doing my internet radio show, Vegas and Rap, many moons ago,
Yeah.
there was this brand new hamburger truck that was all over the RJ. And as the show, similar to what you and I do, we talk about things going on. And so I was sharing with my former partner, Ricky Cash, and I'm reading it. It's spelled this way, F-U-K-U burger. So, of course, everybody before we went on the air, we're having fun talking about what the name should be, could be.
I still have fun talking about
Right.
what the name.
So when we saw that, we made this grand announcement about this new truck called Fuku Burger and what it was all about. We read,
This is the guy.
and
behind
here's how
it.
we've come full circle because he's the man behind Fuku Burger.
Yeah.
I thought that was wild.
That's great.
6 degrees of separation. It goes around,
Unbelievable.
comes around. Now, how long has Fuku Burger been in town?
Well, I'm actually one of the partners. Well, there's
Right.
a few. The original founders are Colin Fukunaga
Okay.
and then Robert Magslin. And he's
Okay.
the chef that created the whole menu.
Now we understand where the Fuku part of the name comes from.
Yes. Well, Fuku
Okay.
also means in Japanese lucky, so it's like lucky
Oh.
burger.
Oh,
That's
okay.
exactly what it says.
That's,
Yeah.
that's right.
Get lucky. F-U-K. How do you spell it?
F-U-K-U
Oh, F-U-K.
Burger.
Oh, okay.
So us with my partners with the Great American Foodie Fest partnered up with Fuku Burger to open up 2 brick and mortars. So that's how we became.
Right on.
This this food fest thing really intrigues me because obviously I didn't get to be this size by not eating. There are samples of food from some of the top people
From around the country.
in the country,
Yeah.
and you get to experience. Now, listen, I was just in Colorado
Yep.
for the last 4 days, and in Boulder, Colorado, they have this unique setup where they've taken a lot of the old factory buildings,
Mhm.
they've restored them, but there are food trucks out in the back parking lot. I didn't say parking. Notice in the parking lot where they can't sell drinks, and inside they can't sell food. So it's a really neat concept, which sounds a little bit like the food fest, where you can see these trucks, you can experience foods you've only read about or watched on these TV shows, correct? And you're going to be there live in Las Vegas, a wonderful event put on by a tremendous promoter. This ain't the first time they've been doing it, folks. This is multiple times now, twice a year they're doing this. Share the date again so people know what the date is.
So it's April 25th through the 28th. That's Thursday through Sunday.
Of course, at the tail end of Passover. So all that chametz we won't be able to partake in, but that's okay.
You can break the fast.
It's not a fast.
That's a different holiday.
That's a different holiday. So now you said you do this twice a year. Do you have one on one side of town and one on the other?
No, we're actually thinking about doing that. But right
Okay.
now it's been at Sunset Station for the past 3 years. We
Okay.
have a great relationship with Sunset Station.
Right on.
They know what
Right.
they're
And
doing. They
Anderson.
know
Yeah.
what they're doing. They understand. Correct.
So admissions, what's it take for someone to come in and partake in the foods
Okay.
and the activities?
Yeah, so get this. This is the first time ever. Listen to this. We're making it a free admission event.
Wow.
We're not
Wow.
charging at all. I mean, that's one of the biggest gripes that we get on our Facebook page and social media. Is like, why do we have to pay to get in? Then we got to pay for food again. Well, that's a festival. That's what you're supposed to do. But we listen to everybody. You know what? So this is what we're going to do. We're going to make it free for everybody.
Let me ask you this: how many people do you expect to be there, according to like past past events? Give me a ballpark figure.
Well, with this one being free, I'm expecting 40 to 50,000 over the 4-day
The
event.
reason I brought that up is good friends of mine, the Bronx Wanderers, which play at the Link. They do the Italian Festival in Chicago. They do big events in Florida. You know, maybe not this year, but maybe something to plant for next year. To reach out to the Bronx Wanderers. I can help you with that, to say what would you charge us for a fee. And everything today is naming rights, so they could be sponsored by Caesars Entertainment or whatever to come in and and that would just bring even more people to this wonderful event.
Oh, absolutely. Why not?
Well, if he comes down June 8th, you can make an introduction,
That's right.
which we'll talk about in a minute. By the way, I want to do a quick reset as we're at the bottom of the hour. I see Sam Peters has just joined us in the chat room, which was a great cue to remind me.
Senator Sam.
That is correct. Sam Peters, who is a Allstate Insurance business, is here. Has 2 offices, as he likes to say. He's got Summerlin locked down. He's got one on Sahara near Fort Apache and up in the Summerlin area. However, mark your calendars prior or after, if you hit the Foodie Fest, however you work it out. April 25th from 6 to 8 p.m., the YMCA at 6601 North Buffalo Drive is having a hands-on self-defense class for women and teens 12 and over, okay? $35 per person is the recommended donation. It is also, did you know that it is Sexual Assault Awareness Month? So that is why they're doing this. There'll be special joints, and it is women only. I inquired about this.
I mean, last time we had the beauty pageant people on, it was, age restricted.
I know.
Now I'm gender
it's sexually
restricted.
sexually
What the hell
restricted.
is going on in this?
I don't know, Sam. You'll have to figure that part out. You'll need a manly self-defense class. So if you're interested, sign up now. You can sign up at www.defenseinheels.com, which means you and I would have to go in stilettos in order to participate in this.
I can't walk in regular shoes.
And here's the thing, and we don't get political on this show. We try not to. We may give an opinion on things. You and I both know Sam personally.
Yes.
He is an individual, former military, etc., and
Correct.
he has the community first in his mind. Okay.
He's also a Rotarian, a fellow Rotarian.
That is correct. He is, and I won't hold that against him as a Kiwanian. But portions of the proceeds of this event is also going to help Sam further his cause to get into Congress.
Yeah.
Senator
Sam.
So again, that is the 25th from 6 to 8 p.m. at the YMCA in North Buffalo. Self-defense for women 12 and over. So if you can get out there, please do so. Thank you for joining us, everybody. I mean, I'm looking at the chat room. I don't know what yours is looking like. Mine is blowing up with people in and out. Sitting with us is Noel Casimiro, who is the managing partner in this year's Foodie Fest, president and managing partner, taking place down in Henderson at Sunset Station.
Would you like to buy a vowel?
S cubed. My goodness gracious. And the dates again?
April 25th to 28th, actually next weekend.
There you go.
So it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Correct.
And it's free.
And it's free. That's amazing. When you consider you're going to have 50,000 people being projected to attend.
Right after Passover?
Well, technically, Passover doesn't end. Let's see. Actually, no, we'll be over.
But wait a minute.
It would be over Friday, right?
Yeah,
it's over.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah,
We're good.
Right after, listen.
Let's go down and break the matzah Passover stuff down at the Foodie Fest.
Everything works for a reason.
That's
It's
right.
Passover.
That's right.
It's free.
That's right.
All the Jews can be there.
That's right. There you go.
Free.
That's right. That's right.
Free.
That's good. That is true. It's right. They may not be there Friday night. They'll be in shul or Saturday early, but they'll get down there.
So talk a little bit about the entertainment. And we've talked about the trucks coming in and all the different foods and recyclables. I'm sure there'll be organizations with booths promoting this, that, and the other thing. There'll be arts and crafts. There'll be rides for the kids. Live entertainment. Any live entertainment musically?
Oh, absolutely. So we have 2 main stages. The main stage, we're going to be basically playing all festival music. We have live bands playing classic rock, 80s, reggae, country, blues, you name it.
What do you got? Can you mention any of the names? Are people locked in to perform at certain times?
No, we have an entertainment company that we go through, Definitive Talents. They do a lot of bookings for the shows on the Strip, and so we go through them. So there's a lot of different bands. I'm not sure exactly.
Gotcha. Well, that doesn't matter. Basically, it sounds like if you'll cover pretty much all the basic styles of music that people are going to find something that they can relate to.
And the other thing is we've now had with today 2 90-degree temperature days in a row. Next weekend, a nice hot day.
Yeah.
Will there be alcoholic beverages served?
Oh yeah, we have 4 beer gardens there.
4 beer gardens.
Four
I mean,
beer gardens, yeah.
What an event! You know, take the kids, the family rides. Lose the kids for a few hours in the rides.
But let me just say this: if you're a San Jose Shark fan, you are not allowed to attend for what you did to our Knights fans up in San Jose this past week.
That was
Shame on you,
Terrible.
San Jose kids and everything. You're not allowed to come to Foodie Fest. I just had to share that. Needed to get that off my chest. Anyway, okay. So about 50 trucks from all over. Any particulars you want to mention?
We actually have 68
Oh, 68.
food
Okay.
vendors, so food booths and food trucks combinate.
Will
Gotcha.
FUK Burger be there?
Fuku Burger will not be there, unfortunately.
But in spirit. Now let me just.
But don't segue into that just yet. I
Okay.
want to make one comment about the foodie trucks that are going to be there. Okay. I used to have jobs in a warehouse district, and there would be food trucks that would pull up.
Sure.
We didn't call them nice food trucks. We used to, you know what we used to call them,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And I'm trying to hesitate.
Was it Roach or Ant or something?
It was
like
called the Roach Coach.
Roach Coach, yeah.
Yep.
I've got, they were silver, right?
Yeah.
Boxy silver, and it was just bland. It was like a cafeteria looking thing on wheels. I have to tell you all, this is not what you're going to see there. This is upscale style food trucks at the fest that you're going to have different ethnicities of food, people, and don't picture the Roach Coach of yesteryear, which are still out there. I still see them around town in the warehouse districts and such. This is not that kind of food truck stuff. I just had to clarify that. That's all.
And there's plenty of parking because it's at a large facility
Absolutely.
at the casino. So don't worry about paying for parking. Don't worry about paying for food. Don't worry about paying for live entertainment. I mean, what a perfect weekend event to end or get out of the spring.
Well, it's the end of April.
Right.
It's the end of April. We're heading into Memorial Day weekend a month from there. Are you kidding me?
Yep, perfect.
So, I mean, it is a great way to kick off that time of year.
So the food trucks there are a variety of different gourmet food trucks that we call them, and it's not just your typical like tacos and burrito stuff. You're talking like Asian, Mexican fusion. We have Japanese, Asian trucks. We have Italian. We have a ton of different foods and a lot of fusion food. So I love fusion.
Now, you're going to have other vendors there providing other wares and things that they could sell, or is it all just food?
Oh no, we have tons of different arts and crafts vendors,
Okay.
business vendors, retail vendors selling, apparel, stuff like that.
What about,
Okay.
I was going to say merchandise to promote the.
Now, how about a segue
Well,
into
yeah,
what you
but-
got under your arm?
Yeah, but I'm going to get there in a
Yes,
second. I'm going to segue to my right in a second. But I mean, to promote the Foodie
I
Fest.
set him up, and he doesn't even take
No, I
advantage
didn't
of
take
it.
advantage of it.
Jeez, Louise.
You're going to have like wearable item T-shirts. I survived the Foodie Fest of 2019.
We have
You know,
souvenirs.
You can have souvenirs is the word. Now I'll segue into this. My
So the other project
Bushka.
that Noel is involved with is a little company called Hoodie Flags, and Neal will try to without looking like a babushka. So why don't you stand up and do it so people can actually see the whole effect?
there's something on my head. I'm not used to this. What is this? Oh,
It's tefillin.
It's tefillin. This is what it looks like.
Okay, so it's like a poncho. Why don't you describe what it is?
So basically, a hoodie flag. The idea came of watching the World Cup. How many people are always wearing flags
Drape over your shoulders.
Over their shoulders. So put your finger through there on this one,
Finger through this.
that one, and then the other one too. And so you see a lot of people on different sporting events, especially international sporting events, sporting different flags, repping their country. And so
He looks like Houdini trying to get into a straitjacket right now.
So what we did, we're like, you know what?
Where'd I go?
They're always trying to grab it at the end here.
Right.
So we put loopholes here. We put a hoodie on. Okay, and then we put straps right here also so you can tie it up and make it a cape and put the hood down.
But you can't
And
fly in
so
that cape, right?
Basically, it's the world's first wearable flag.
Right on. I love
And
it.
It's 100% polyester. It's water resistant.
Turn around. There you go.
So it'll protect you from if you're outdoor
Right
in an
on.
outdoor sporting event. So
Do not try to fly, Neal.
like there you go. No, wait, face that way. There you go.
Perfect.
Pull it out more that way. There you go. So it's a flag. It's a regular 3x5 flag. All we did was threw a hoodie on it, threw some straps over here around the neck so you can actually tie it, put the hood down, and make it a cape. So the hoodie flag is all in one: a flag, a cape, and a hoodie.
Woo! Go
And so
team!
the cool thing is we just got our licensing rights for all collegiate.
Oh,
And my business partners had a meeting with a company I can't mention right now, but a huge company for licensing rights for NFL, NASCAR, NBA,
how about Major League Baseball?
Major League Baseball, all of that.
When all that clears, I'm going to give you an order for 4 hoodies: Penn State, Syracuse, Yankees Giants.
Well, you can actually go to our website. All the designs are already done for NASCAR, all the colleges, everything.
Oh, so they're available now. And
All
what do
of
these
them are-
run?
you can-
What
They're not
do
available for sale, but the designs are up there.
How much do they
yeah, how much do they go for?
retail for?
So we came up with a price point of $29.99. Why? If
Cheap.
you Google NFL flag, just a regular 3x5
Right on.
flag, they're
Yep.
$29.99.
Yep.
So
But and you can't wear them properly.
and you can't wear them. This one's the world's first wearable flag.
If
So
you buy two, just send in for extra postage and handling. Is it one of those?
yeah, we offer
But
a
wait,
special.
we have more.
Yeah, but if you wait, I love those. I love those sales funnels. You put your credit card in, you push purchase, and then it goes, hold up.
20 other
It's got a
specials.
Yeah, yeah.
5-minute
Right.
ticker rod for 5 minutes to buy 2 for 1 special, and it just totally
Are
gets.
these
like,
wind
okay, why not?
resistant, water repellent?
They're water resistant.
Water
Yes.
resistant.
Yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't wear them in a typhoon. You won't be
No.
warm, or you'll be dry.
You could fly away.
You flap your arms really fast. Do not try this at home. Do not step off your roof thinking you'll fly with that. Okay, you're not Superman here with these. But no, I listen. What I love about this, Noel, it's simplistic. It's so good in its simplicity for what it represents and what it's done. It just blows my mind. I mean, I love products that are very simple to enjoy and to use.
We know if people are buying regular NFL flags, they're going to buy these. But we see people wearing these at all different outdoor sporting events, not just here at the NFL or Major League Soccer or baseball here in the United States, but it's going to be bigger internationally for the international football, or what we call soccer. That's where it's going to be big, because their fans out there are, a lot more fans than any sporting event that we have here in the United States.
Let me ask you a question. At the Foodie Fest, you're gonna have these. At the
Oh yes, absolutely.
the people that are working the event, are they going to have like these yellow shirts that say staff?
Yes.
Or would it be nice to have these
In yellow.
everyone in yellow, and everyone who had one in yellow is someone you could go up and ask
Well,
a question?
shoot, I wish you would have told me that before. It's too
I
late
just
now.
thought about it.
Put it in
That
a
would have been
su-
a great idea.
Put it in the suggestion box for next year.
Yeah.
And then maybe I know a certain illustrator that can do a certain design for the security working staff to go on
And-
the back of these.
And also, because this is what I do, you could sell naming rights to be on that.
Get Station Casinos to
Station
sponsor
casinos
that.
to sponsor that.
Yes.
Their corporate branding would
Oh,
be
yeah.
on it. They could sell it in their gift store, and they could be in front of 30, 40, 50, 60,000 people
Mm,
in a 3-day period.
absolutely.
But we're just saying.
So you guys think it's a good idea?
Yeah,
I think it's a great idea.
why not? Why not? It puts it out there. Station Casino's name is always out there. It's a reminder of the event, and as well as the hoodies. It's a 365-day marketing device for you.
Absolutely.
Hey,
And
Jonathan,
so
how are you?
I wanted to mention one more thing with this. Sorry, with the flags, with the hoodie flags, 10% of all gross, not net, of all gross sales are going to be going towards charities to fight hunger, homelessness, and human trafficking.
Right on. Can you name the groups?
10% gross. We haven't got to that point yet.
Okay. Okay.
But
No,
we're
I'm
going
just
to
curious.
start local here, because I'm
Right.
on the board with Project 150.
Oh, love
So
them.
definitely Project 150 is
Yep.
going to be one of the first ones.
Right on.
Perfect.
That's excellent. And
Yeah.
and you and I are big believers of this, that when you tie a charity cause into an event, it just means that much more to attendees. And I think that's great to tie in the event to these causes.
Well, you
Listen,
said
you-
tithe. I like the word tithe. We're actually doing that. We're tithing the 10%.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
I think it's a great idea when you get a local charity involved, because you get the local community involved and
That's right.
supporters of those communities. And especially if it's a cause like Aaron and I both believe in, it's all about giving back.
Yes.
And if you create a fun
Yes.
atmosphere where people are giving back and not caring about, how many times in the course of a month's time can you waste $20, $30? You go, wait,
Oh,
till you
yeah.
spend that money. And
Absolutely.
if it's going to a good cause,
You have no
everyone
problem with
wins.
it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
think that's the biggest problem with businesses. They're always looking at the bottom line, the bottom dollar. I think that's the reason why some of the businesses that I've owned have been successful, like the Great American Foodie Fest. We don't focus on how much money we can make. We focus on the experience and adding more value.
Yep.
That's why instead of charging more, we made it free, right? So,
So
anyways.
again, let's mention Foodie Fest, where it's located, the dates, and a little bit about more for people who just tuned into the podcast.
Yeah, because the chatter boxes here, Noel, are just blowing
Yeah,
up.
they're blowing up.
Awesome.
So just let's reshare the event next week and kind of what they could expect
Yeah, so
for free, no less.
Next weekend, April 25th to the 28th, the Great American Foodie Fest, which has been voted Best Las Vegas 6 years in a row, has been ranked in the top 10 food festivals in the nation, in the whole country. Okay, you guys, if you haven't had a chance to experience it, come by the Great American Foodie Fest, April 25th to 28th, and check out some of the best food trucks and restaurants and street food vendors, not just locally, but some of the best foods that you see on TV that have been featured on the Food Network, Cooking Channel, Travel Channel, all brought to one local destination. So if you're a foodie, you got to come check out this event, and now it's free, guys.
Also, I want to mention we have a very good friend of ours, Diane Fiorentino. Boy, I'm getting so much better at pronouncing that name. Who is a I'm gonna put the tag on expert at signing. Doing all the stuff with the hands, which is what a lot of Italians do, but they don't.
There's no meaning to it, like
no meaning
what
to
she
it,
does.
right, what she does. But it would be wonderful if you've got any kind of guest speakers coming up to the podium. For those who are hearing impaired in the audience, I'm sure we could reach out to Diane and say, hey, this might be a good way to promote what you're trying to do here in town, which is a wonderful thing for the hearing impaired. She just recently did this T Fox's event where T Fox went up and sang and Diane signed. And tears just fly from your eyes when you see this happening for people that can, for the first time, understand what's going on in front of them, that they can't hear and now they can read.
Well, consequently, for those who are going to be rewatching this, at least through our YouTube channel,
Yep.
The podcast, there is the little closed caption button in the lower right-hand corner. So this can be shared with that community. All they have to do is click on that CC button, and our show does come up in closed caption. So we can now, and Diane knows that, and she's been sharing it, letting her folks know.
What's that channel? What's the channel?
YouTube. Just go to YouTube, look for Twin Brothers, Different Mothers, and all of our shows, really since the beginning, are now up there. So
Great.
yeah. So, but that is an interesting idea, is to have someone, when you have some speakers or presentations, to have someone like that who could do that communication to that community for you.
Why not?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So that's next. I can't believe that here we are. It just seems like yesterday we were at my house celebrating New Year's, which we were talking about last night. And here we are, the first quarter and a month is just about over. We're entering spring with a great event with Foodie Fest to everybody get in that spirit of the outdoor eating, picnics, barbecues, and all that stuff. What better place than Las Vegas to have something like this? I dare anybody out there to tell me a better location than Las Vegas or Henderson,
Well,
theoretically.
I was just in Colorado for the last 4 days, working and visiting my son. In Colorado, the Denver area, the Boulder, it's a beautiful area. I said to Dorothy, my wife, I said, I can't wait to get home.
Yeah.
You know what? I just can't wait to get home. There's so much to do in the city.
Yeah.
Always.
Mhm.
And so many wonderful things to support, and people, the entertainment community, which I'm part of here, supports every entertainer in this city. And one of the missions we have here at Twin Brothers Different Mothers is to support local organizations.
Efforts, right?
Yeah, efforts, that's a better word. And we have the power of the mic, the power of the video, the power of the audible to be able to do this. I do it visually with the drawing, but you know what? It brings so much joy when you know that you're doing something that you love to do, and it's benefiting so many people.
Benefiting somebody else, absolutely. If somebody wants information about the Foodie Fest online, I know there's a Facebook page.
Yeah. So online, they can go to greatamericanfoodiefest.com. Foodie is FOODIEFEST, Foodie Fest, greatamericanfoodiefest.com.
And let's give contact information on the website for the flags, for the Hoodie Flags.
Hoodie Flags, you can go to Hoodie Flags, HOODIE Flags, FLAGS.com. You can see all the different designs we have. It's an awesome product, guys.
Is it one size fits all, by the way?
Yeah,
Or
it's
do
a
you have kid
one-size.
sizes versus adults?
We're actually working on
Hey,
the kids.
hey,
right now,
hey,
yeah.
Doofus is
Oh,
gonna
Doofus.
go.
Oh, wait a minute.
Doofus is making an appearance.
Doofus. Finally, I've been trying to get
Well,
Doofus to appear here
Diane,
for
Doofus,
weeks.
Doofus is making an appearance.
Oh, my goodness.
He's making an appearance. He's going to go. He's going to go to the Foodie Fest. And to celebrate going to the Foodie Fest, he's going to have a fork, a spoon, and a knife.
How about a napkin around his neck or a bib?
Well, he's got a bib or a napkin over here. And Doofus has made it to
Look at
Foodie
that. He's
Fest.
made it to
Yeah.
Foodie Fest.
Woo, go Doofus,
Right
go.
on. That's prep work for Foodie Fest right there, folks. That's his first appearance on Twin Brothers after all this time.
Yeah.
So
Oh, wow.
our audience has been clamoring for Doofus to
Well,
appear, and it took Foodie Fest to bring him out. Thanks, Noel. Appreciate it.
He had to come out of the Rocky Mountains
That's
first.
true. He had to come out of the Rocky Mountains high, didn't he?
Yeah,
Which,
he
by the
did.
way, you know what they're celebrating up there today?
Today is 420.
Today is
Day.
420 Day. Yes, April 20th is known as 420, and Denver, Colorado is enjoying themselves very much right now.
You know, I'm looking out my gallery window here across at the business behind.
Yes,
Behind, you know, right across the parking lot.
the hookah lounge, and then some.
No, it's the Las Vegas 420 store. It's unbelievable.
If we were still able to access the National Day Calendar website, which my laptop is tied up and my cell phone is right now, I'm sure that's one of the days that is out there for celebration. National Marijuana Day, National 420 Day, or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Kind of crazy.
It's 420.
It's 420 today.
You know, I'm going to just segue in.
Somehow segue us
Yeah,
back.
from left field here, but I was at the ballpark at the Coors Field in Colorado Thursday night to watch. You know, I wanted to see Bryce Harper play for the Phillies, and I went up to the men's room, and I'm walking out of the men's room, and I'm walking about 10 feet, and I hear somebody yell, "Hey, Neal!" And I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" I turn around. It's my next door neighbor.
Former next door
neighbor from Holden, Massachusetts, who I haven't seen in 4 years. I mean, we shared a lawn together to mow, you know, and I'm like, unbelievable. How does this happen?
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Things are meant to happen.
Yeah, things are meant to happen.
I know Bryce Harper's father, Michael Harper.
Really? That's right, but they're from Vegas. So
Yeah. We both went to C. Serrano Elementary School here. We used to play
Oh, wow.
marbles. We used to play marbles together when we were kids.
Wow,
His dad.
marbles. Now there's a game that would take people back, right? Shooting marbles
Yeah.
out of the ring.
Remember baseball cards? You used to
Oh,
put
yeah.
on your spokes of your
Yep.
bicycle
Oh, yeah.
and you flip cards.
Oh, yeah.
That's
I
right.
used to love to flip cards.
And then
Good old
everybody would
days.
die when you see a Babe Ruth card in a spoke or something. It's like,
Yeah.
Babe Ruth.
What are you doing?
Now, listen, I got to ask you this, kind of back to a little bit of a serious side. You're obviously an entrepreneur at heart with everything that you've got going on right now.
Yes.
Are there any other upcoming projects or things you're looking at or working on that will be something that the community and the national base should know about, or some things you can share with us on what you have on the horizon? I just question out of curiosity for me.
Well, the Hoodie Flags is probably my latest endeavor. That's
Okay.
one thing that I'm going to be focusing on, and eventually I definitely want to get into more restaurants down the road.
Okay.
Yeah.
You going to do anything with Finley Automotive Group? Because they do a lot. Finley Cadillac,
Mm-hmm.
LJ Harness does a lot at these events. I'm surprised he didn't reach out to you and say, you know, can we put a Cadillac here and promote our product?
Well, we definitely need to get. We usually have Henderson Nissan, but not this year.
Oh, boo.
Next year.
Boo.
Yeah.
Lisa Jo McGee from California just signed into the chat room. Dear friend of mine. She unfortunately, like Barry and Diana's son, they got caught in all those fires in California. Unfortunately for Barry and his family, the house and everything was spared. But Lisa Jo, I think I shared this with you.
You did.
This was my friend who lost everything.
Yep.
Except for the shoe she had on her foot because she had work done on her other foot. And when the house went down, she had the boot on one foot. She could never recapture the right shoe. So for like days, she was wearing a boot on her foot and a shoe on her foot, but literally lost everything. And I know she's back in Malibu looking at possibly rebuilding. But
Unbelievable.
thank you, Lisa, for joining. Good to see you out there, love.
Speaking of shoes, I was a guest speaker once at a grade school, and it was early in the morning. I had to get up early and, you know, get dressed to go. So I go and I speak, and it's like a second grade class, and I'm talking. And I look down, and I have a brown shoe on and a black shoe on. And the kids noticed me, and I looked at them and said, "Don't worry, I got a pair just like
Just
these
like that. Excellent. There is always, we used to call them those mismatches in the shoe business, but I guess there really never is a mismatch, right?
Right.
So, all right. So this hour is almost up already. Can you believe it? We're a little short. We got about 10 minutes left.
We have a ball.
I know. It's crazy. All right. Any final messages? Anything else that we've forgotten to talk about for the Foodie Fest that you want to reshare?
Not that I can think of, just the fact that it's going to be a free event for the first time.
Yeah. And for me personally, and I know I could speak for Barry and Diana and my wife, who've all had the bariatric procedures, for the amount that we eat nowadays, I'm not going to speak for you personally yet, but I'm personally glad it's free because we can never eat worth whatever we pay anymore. Because for what we eat, which is barely a bite here and there, I'm glad it's free. That's all I got to say. Question is the main lobster truck.
We have Cousin's Maine Lobster coming. One of the other popular ones is the Maine Lobster lady who comes all the way down from Maine, with lobster straight from Maine.
This New England kind of
Unfortunately,
likes that.
she's not gonna be here. But that lady, she is so passionate. When she runs out, and she usually does, like all Sunday, she'll be closed. Like, but we can source lobster here anytime. She's like, no, I'm not getting any lobster here. They got to come fresh where I get them from. Where they actually they get them themselves.
Okay.
Yeah,
So they go out and trap them themselves. And
they
everything?
trap them themselves. Yeah.
I'm wondering this question, and maybe you can answer this in talking with all these people with the trucks. I wonder what the gas mileage they get on those trucks driving across country.
8 miles a gallon.
Is that what it is?
That's what they get, 8
8
miles a
miles a gallon.
Yeah.
That's like driving an RV, right? RVs and fifth wheels
Yeah.
get butt gifts for mileage.
Yeah.
Wow, 8 miles. Hundreds of dollars in gas.
Well, it depends on how much lobster they eat in the whole trip. They
Well,
might
that's
be getting
true.
6 miles a
I
gallon by
guess
the time
that's
they get
true.
here.
That's true. Wow, that's crazy. 8 miles an hour. That's nuts. Well, listen, kudos to Station Casinos and those guys down there for supporting this event and supporting your cause
Yes,
with the Foodie Fest and bringing it to the community. This is great to have this. Like I said, I think the key thing is the timing of this to kick off the spring season. We know when baseball starts, what do we always say? Hope springs eternal.
That's correct.
This is the time of year where now we got the first quarter behind us, the winter, all the garbage is behind us. We're looking forward to a nice, comfortable summer. Everybody's looking for swimming, sun, vacations.
One of the things I want to mention, because you did bring up earlier that there's an entertainment agency, a very well-known agency here in town, that's providing all of the musical.
Well known. How come we're not on their list?
Well, we're not that well known yet.
Oh, okay.
But we will be. If the local entertainment community, which I'm very well connected to here in Las Vegas, wanted to reach out and find out how do I get on their list of entertainments to play this festival for next year, can they reach out to you? What numbers can people contact you personally, email, or if you want to share a telephone number for more information, how they can get involved to whatever degree they get involved?
Yeah, absolutely. We're always looking for some amazing entertainment. So the best way to reach us is to go to our website, greatamericanfoodiefest.com, and click the tab, contact us, and then just put in your information. It'll shoot out an email to us, and we'll reach out to you guys.
We're very good friends with a former guest we had here on Twin Brothers from Different Mothers, the great David Tatlock from the Soul Juice Band. And they just
he was in the chat room, by the way.
Oh, I hope he's still there. He's recovering because he was on his first cruise ever.
Yes, I saw that.
All he kept thinking about was Poseidon and all that stuff because he thought he was going down. But anyhow, that having been said, I saw the band, Soul Juice Band, play an outdoor venue at downtown Summerlin about a month and a half ago, and they killed it. I mean, absolutely killed it. Kevin Mullinex on the trombone, David Tadlock, the lead singer, the David Clayton Thomas of the 2000s, in my opinion. Wonderful band, great show band, funky music.
Yes, I love funky music.
It's great. Listen, they're going to go places. Keep an eye on this band, folks. The Soul Juice Band with David Tatlock.
Well, here's an official invite for the Great American Foodie Fest. Contact us. You're on for October.
There you go. How
right
about that?
on. Oh, there you go. David, listen up, David. All right. So we'll have to make sure he sees that message for sure. And when I re-tag this and get the podcast up, I'll definitely tag him in it to make sure he listens.
Could you tell him to listen to section blah, 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 blah,
Yeah,
blah?
I could figure out the timing, but why not have him watch the whole show?
Well, we do. We'll lie about the time so we get to watch.
We'll start
phone.
watching.
Get my
Oh,
phone.
okay. Yeah, I will. I will do that. We'll pass along your information. Actually, Neal, not Neal, the day he was here with us, David was contacted by Shoshana.
Yep.
Shoshana's 2 daughters
Yep.
and friends of theirs, 2 other daughters, 4 young gals, barely out of, one of them's just about ready to go into high school. They are creating a nonprofit called Kids Uplifting Kids, focusing on the foster children of our community.
Which David's very involved with his
That's
charities.
correct. And with David's help and his involvement, David, myself, my wife, we're all part of the board, because ultimately what they want to do is they want to raise funds for these foster kids that have not had the opportunity to live like a kid. By that, I mean, go to Disneyland, and this is from the kids. This is not from the parents. This was what they call a bas mitzvah, a project for one of the girls, one of their friends.
What a great idea.
So it's Shoshana and Zeev's 2 daughters,
Yep.
who one of them we met a couple of weeks ago for the pageant.
Do they have normal names?
Who? The girls?
Yeah.
Hannah and Gabby.
That's better than Shoshana and Z.
Well, those are typical Israeli Jewish
I
names.
know, but they're tough for me to say because I got a list.
But then there's no R's in there either.
Ah,
Oh, it's the
ah.
Shoshana. So that should be easy for you.
I got it.
Anyway,
Good.
so as I was saying, so David is very involved with that. He just brought in a very instrumental person to the board.
Noel's jumping.
I know, he's-
something. We hit
Absolutely.
a nerve. We hit a nerve.
We've done this in the past with Carnival, providing free Carnival passes
Okay.
to another charity for kids.
Okay.
I'd love to offer that to
There you
the
go.
Excellent.
organization.
Excellent. I will.
Touche.
Right on.
all day Carnival passes for all of them. Just to have we'll work this out.
Okay. I will get your information to Shoshana, who I'm seeing tonight, and I will make sure you guys connect for whatever you guys can do to help
What a
support
great
that.
show today, huh?
Absolutely.
Oh,
Absolutely.
see, guy, I'm getting goosebumps, folks. This is what it's about.
It's
I
what we
mean, forget all the hilarity and the stupidity that Neal and I do.
Wait a minute.
But, well, I said hilarity first.
Oh, good.
If the shoe fits,
I heard stupidity and Neal in the same sentence. And I got worried.
Dorothy's probably saying, "Finally, somebody else figured him out." Anyway, so this is what our show's about. Is, you know, people. I've always had this philosophy, even when I did my 7-year internet show. People have really only one vision of Las Vegas, and it's that 5-mile strip of
That's
land
right, yep.
from Sahara, what used to be the Sahara Hotel, now the SLS, on down. What I always love about doing what we do and what I've done over the last X number of years is we bring stuff to people out there who I'm sure are sitting there saying, "I didn't know that about Las Vegas."
Yep. That's right.
Those people outside of our community don't realize what a close-knit community we really are.
Absolutely.
And
City.
I'm just going to throw examples out there that I know you guys are going to know. I should say forget. October 1, of course, the
Yep.
response we gave Logan, blood banks at 3 a.m. The one on Charleston had lines wrapped around the building. When the 2 police officers a couple of years ago at CC's Pizzeria were
Right.
gunned down,
Right.
just these kind of events, people outside of Las Vegas truly cannot appreciate who we are here.
Mhm.
Whether you're transplanted like Neal and I are, I'm here 20 plus. He's here 3 years. You're a lifer, right?
I'm born and raised here.
He's a lifer. You guys are here in Vegas your second time now, but for how long?
But we're all family.
Right.
But we're all family.
All right. So you're closing in on 20 total years. So
You know, when you talk about
Yeah.
this, you know, X amount of years for you, 3 for
Right.
me, lifetime. Don't we feel like we've known each other? a
absolutely.
lifetime?
Oh, yeah.
And this is what people out there, this is the message I'm trying to get along.
Yes.
People want to come to Vegas. 40 million people on average a year come to Vegas for whatever the reason, conventions,
Yep.
tourism, family, who cares? 40 million people a year walk through McCarran Airport and they just think of pretty much one thing: the fun, the gaming, the food, and entertainment. Yes, that is our industry
That's
here.
the industry.
That's our industry here, okay? But we support each other. People don't understand that outside of Las Vegas and what we do to uplift and support each other. Not only what you're doing with your donations, the kids, the gals that I was just talking about, 4 kids. The oldest one is getting ready to graduate into high school, 10 years old up to almost 15.
And they're
These-
already giving back.
And they're planning on giving back. So, folks, there's more to Las Vegas that you can appreciate until you come here and look beyond the strip. When you come, if you don't have a car, get an Uber, get a Lyft, go outside off the strip, go see what Las Vegas is really, really about.
Come to Portnoy Gallery.
Come to, right. And yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And you are a hidden secret to this community. You've got a nationally award recognized winning illustrator here who's done anything and everything just about with a marker. Okay, sitting here, and you could see some of the artwork behind us, and we've talked about it. This is a destination spot. The Foodie Fest is a destination event that people should come to 1 of the 2 times a year, if not both. Who cares?
And you got to go visit Aaron Phillips, the voice, the new
Aaron Phillips, the voice, is
public
yes.
profile page.
Thank you. That I thank you for pitching that, because I do more than just radio. I'm emceeing. I'm involved with wrestling. I'm doing a beauty pageant, fundraising, public speaking, sharing my experience with. Listen, I'm not patting myself on the back, but my promotion of my health transition sparked Diana, Barry's wife. She and I were involved in a group. And if it wasn't for my putting out my story a year plus, I would have not have sat with Barry for 3 hours at Bagel Cafe just sharing my experience for him to get where he is. That's why I go out public speaking and motivating.
You've heard me say this many
Yes.
times. And it's a great way to, you always say, what do you want to end with?
Right
Neil?
on.
One moment in time changes everything.
Right on. All right, with that, final words on the Foodie Fest. Give it again.
Okay, Great American Foodie Fest happening April 25th or 28th at Sunset Station, and it's free.
Free! Free!
Unbelievable.
All right. Anything else you want to follow up with, even though you just gave your final thoughts?
I just rewound what I said. So
That's right.
One moment in
It
time
sounded like Jerry Lewis.
changes everything.
Right on. Just as he said. All right. From everybody here, twin brothers from different mothers, happy Passover, happy Easter. Next week's show, Sherry Hickman will be here. She is a life coach, and she's also involved with the benefits of CBD oil. That'll be the first time we're going to explore that on our show.
Well, we should. It's 40.
420 day,
Yeah,
not
what
402,
about,
420. I knew where you were going, and you would have blown that out of the water.
Where's 402?
And I'll tell you what, we have guests lined up all the way through the middle of June. So if you want to hop on this train that is speeding 1,000 miles down the track to get your message out, please contact us. Just go to our Facebook page, click on the send message, Twin Brothers, Different Mothers Facebook page. That email comes to me. We'll respond to set up time for you to come on our show to share your message.
And advertise.
And advertise. Simple, easy stuff. If you can't afford $150 for an interview like he did, and $75 for two 60-second live reads of your commercials on this show, I don't know what else you're expecting to do to market your business.
Can I just say something?
Please.
Because, listen, there's a lot of podcasts.
This will be his second final
Yeah,
thought,
no,
by the way.
This isn't a final thought. This is an addendum.
Oh, it's an addendum.
I learned that word 3 weeks ago.
Can you spell it?
No.
Okay.
This is a tremendous opportunity for people out there. We are catching fire. People are learning about twin brothers from different mothers. They want to get on board this show. We are here to do one thing: promote you. You know what? The more you give, it will come back to you tenfold. And that's really, really important in life, not just being on twin brothers from different mothers.
Absolutely. And it's an opportunity to give back. All right, June 8th, circle your calendars. You guys better plan to be here because we're going to have a very special show lined up. And I'm going to.
We can share who's going to.
Oh, we can? I was going to give my hint again.
Give the hint and then I'll tell who. It was.
Okay. So here's the hint for who's coming in on June 8th. Here's your hint. If you've ever gone to New York, you need to wander through the Bronx.
On June 8th, special guest Vinay from the Bronx Wanderers will be in studio as a live guest, promoting his new CD, The Bronx Wanderers' new residency at the Link, and all that Vinay is involved with in this city. That is one guy that is nonstop, an incredible talent. We will be doing the red carpet here at Portnoy Gallery. Come down, purchase a new CD, which we'll be giving away.
2-hour show?
2-hour show special from 11 to 1 o'clock on June 8th. Get your picture taken with Vinay.
And we might have some tchotchkes to have available for twin brothers, yes?
Yes, we will. That's already in the works.
Okay, good.
It'll be a great show.
All right, so please mark your calendars. Everybody's invited. Just come on down. Whether we can fit everybody in here will be a whole nother story, but we'll figure it out. That'll be a nice problem to have. So June 8th, plan on being here for Portnoy Gallery. Noel, thank you again for coming on, man.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Looking forward to next weekend and being part of the Foodie Fest. Thank you to our studio audience. We appreciate it. And you, our listeners and watchers out there, please remember to reshare the posts when I put them out there for our links. So they're available on YouTube, right here on Facebook, Stitcher, SoundCloud, TuneIn, iTunes, and then I post the links on Twitter and LinkedIn.
I thought we were in a new spot.
I know, Twitcher.
You
You like that one, Twitcher? You like that one? That's for those who are just like jumping. Thank you, Diana. We appreciate you. Diane, thank you. We appreciate Diana, Barry, and everybody that's out there. Have a great week, everybody, from all of us here at Twin Brothers from Different Mothers. Have a great week.